Hello, everybody. It's me, Rachel at Lamb. I'm going to give everybody a couple moments to get on if anybody's going to be joining us live. And this will be recorded on YouTube and Facebook, so you can watch it. If you miss it, you can watch it over if you need more instruction, because this is going to be, disclaimer, pretty difficult origami. If you've never done origami before, it's going to be pretty... it's not too hard, but the folding takes a lot of fan dangling to make sure it doesn't rip. That's my issue. I can show you a couple that I was doing that, as you can see, there's some holes in it because I didn't tenderize the paper enough, is what I like to call it. But so don't worry if you make mistakes. We can work together. I gave you 3 papers in there, so pick the first one to start with. I would say is the color that you are okay with ruining. That would be my advice. Or you can always get a piece of paper from home and cut it to that shape. But if you're using regular weighted paper, it will probably be too thick because we're making a lot of folds today. But this is going to be our Lotus flower. This is one that I did yesterday to practice. It's got some tears, but don't worry. This is practice. We're gonna learn together. And if you ruin all of yours, the paper's pretty cheap on Amazon. You can order like 100 pack and then make as many of these as you want until it's perfect. So this, as you can see, a little bit of a rip. Don't worry. See, I'm teaching you this and I ripped it, so don't worry. It's just about learning new skills. And here we are is what it will look like when it's complete. This is not a real flame because I didn't want to burn myself right now, but I did put in 2 real candles into your kits. So if you want to use the real candle, you can. If you need an LED one because fire is a hazard to you, just comment and let me know and I can get you an LED one. But this is what it's going to look like. And I put 2 so you can have 2 on your table or 1 in one room and 1 in another. But yeah, just make sure if you do use the real candle, don't leave the candle unattended. I got the taller tea lights so that it wouldn't burn the paper. So it should be pretty safe. If you have any questions, please remember you can post them in the comment section because I will see that and I can answer you. So just let me know if I'm going too fast or if you have anything you want answered or if you have any questions about how to get kits, just let me know and I can answer you. But for now, let me show you what's in the kit. So you should have gotten your little paper sack, and inside there would be, as like you can see, if I got mine a little wrinkly. If yours got wrinkly, it's okay. Just go ahead and try to flatten it as much as you can. It had a little insert that told you what is all included in the kit. And as I said, you can use scissors or something to press folds because to make them really nice and crisp, I'm going to use a pencil, I think. And then there's the 2 tea lights where you keep those for later. And then there's the 2 candles, and those are for later. So the first thing you need is the piece of paper that you don't mind practicing on. So I actually have a piece of brown over here I'm gonna start with. So like I said, I'm new to this too. This is like my 6th time doing this, so forgive me if I make any mistakes, but we're gonna do it together. So you'll get your piece of paper and we're gonna flip it to the white side, so white side up. This is where I got the one that had 2 different sides so we can know which side we're working with. So we're gonna start white side up and then we're going to start our folding. Is everybody ready? Anybody? Are you ready, Lisa?
I'm ready.
Lisa's ready. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is fold it in half. So just make sure when you're doing origami, You gotta make sure you get your ends to ends perfectly, because if you're a little bit off, then your item is gonna be a little crooked or not fold. So like I said, I'm gonna take this pencil and just crease it. Okay, and then you'd reopen it and then fold it in half the other direction. So then your paper will have 4 squares. There you go. So next, we're going to fold it in half. What is this? Diagonally? So that it becomes a triangle. So like I said, make sure the sides meet right. Ooh, I'm getting mine a little bit off. I think this will be okay though. So now it should look like a triangle. And then open it back up. And then fold it diagonally the other way. So then when we open it back up, you're gonna have, it's kind of like sectioned into a pie now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creases. I hope everybody can see that. I'm glad my lighting is much better than it was last time, so kudos to us. Let's see. Okay, so for our first official fold to make our lotus, we're going to take, bear with me guys, we're going to take one of the corners, start with the bottom corner, and we're going to fold it to the middle. So the tip is going to go straight to that middle that we made. And since we made those creases, it should guide us in making the correct fold, because our creases are pretty straight. So, and then we'll go to the next, fold it to the middle. And this is layer 1 of our petals to make our beautiful lotus. My lotus is brown though, which is kind of sad, but maybe it's the end of its life. It will be like a phoenix and it will rise again. Okay. Come back beautiful yellow or something like that. Lisa's laughing at me. I'm trying to be a storyteller. She's such a storyteller and I'm over here like trying to be one.
Oh, that's a good story.
It's just a weird looking brown in my opinion. Okay. All right, so now we should have all 4 folded in. Hopefully everybody has this. How's yours looking? Is it folded in? Okay, so now we're gonna just go pull it to this, the angle that this is pointing at us again, and do the same thing. This is our second time. We're gonna fold the bottom to the middle.
All the way around?
Yep, and we're gonna do exactly like we did with the first round. We're gonna go all the way around. Make our leaves or our petals. Folding to the middle. Until we have our 4 corners all turned in. Ooh, Lisa's a much faster folder than me. Okay, so we have it again. Now we're going to do the same thing one more time. This is the 3rd time we're folding in this way.
I can see why you need to make the crease sharp.
Yeah, because it gets pretty thick.
Yeah.
So that's the important part. As Lise just commented, it's important to make the creases thin because we're folding it so many times that it can get really thick, and that's when it like pops and cracks and doesn't fold for you, and it will get a tear. So make sure you're flattening it. And like I said, tenderizing, you can fold, kind of like move your fold so that they get more used to being folded instead of just really too crisp. And that's why it rips. And Lisa is done again. If there wasn't social distancing, hers could be right here, and then you guys could see how much better she is than me. But
I'm looking forward to being able to do it on the screen with you, though.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? So this was 3 folds in. Remember, we did 3, okay? So now what we're going to do, this is the fun part, we're going to flip it over. So now we're on the side that has no folds, okay? Make sure you're on this side. Guess what we're going to do? The same thing, but only once. So this part is when it gets pretty thick.
Okay.
We're going to point that little end of the triangle towards your body, and then you're going to fold up to the middle, just
Ooh,
like,
that is hard.
so yeah, it's going to be pretty thick right now. So this is when we got to make sure we're doing it gently, making sure we're tenderizing it. I don't think that's the scientific term for it, but you know,
It works,
giving
though.
the paper a massage. And that's why like origami is like really good for like meditation and like relaxation and stuff, but then it can also be a frustration, so make sure to breathe. Okay, I did my breath. I'm good. Because if you rip it, you don't want to yell, because I don't know, sometimes I yell. I'm trying not to yell on camera. All right, so there we go. And then our last fold up. Well, it's not really our last fold, but it kind of is. And if you're watching this after the live and you have any questions, because I can't answer you because I'm not going to be on the live, just comment on the videos and I can see those later. Or you can call me here at LAM or email me. I'm always up for questions or anything. So just please do that.
What is your library email? Is it on there, or so people can email you? That's a good idea. Or does it email through the video?
I'm not sure. I think the best way to contact me is probably through the video or calling me at LAM. Okay, so now we have our little thing. As you can see, if you flip it over, it looks like this on this side, and it looks like this on this side. So keep on the side that we were just on. Don't flip it over. Keep on this side. And we're going to do something a little bit difficult. Well, it's all a little bit difficult, like I said. Okay, so we're going to turn the end, just the end of the little thing, and push that down. It looks like, as you can see, I folded the tip over.
Okay.
Just that we're making the square not a square anymore, kind of. But this part is a part that we have to kind of relax it. Relax this paper. See what I did? I curled the corner. Is that what it would be? Folded up the corner?
See, I think I did one too big and one too small.
I think you're going to be okay.
Okay.
Just do it all the way around. All of the, so let's unsharpen the corners, maybe we can call it. Let's make them nubs. Maybe I should stop trying to come up with words. So I'm working on the second one. It's just the tip of the paper. Okay. This is when it's a little bit difficult, like I said, because it's really a lot of layers of paper. That's why if you were using a heavyweight paper, it would not get to this point. You would be like, okay, I'm burning this. I'm going to the fire pit and I'm burning this. And then crying. Okay, so as you can see, I maybe dog-eared.
Okay, that's it.
We'll say that. I'll dog-eared my little corners, as you can see there. So this is when I suggest you kind of like mold it a little bit so that, because this is when we're going to do some fancy work. So we're going to start with one petal. So let's start with the top right here. Well, you know, it's all the same. We're going to start with this petal. So this is when we're going to kind of work. Make sure we're not going to rip it. We're going to pull. So as you can see, this back comes up. We're going to pull it up, okay? And we're going to push on this nub until we can turn it out into a, do not, like, as you can see, keep the nub in there. Don't push it all the way out. Just kind of put it in there like that. Oh, there I go ripping things, but it's okay. It was on the bottom. It scared me. I was like jumping.
So you're almost ballooning.
But as you could see, it came, this little flap came around and we just pushed the nub in the dog ear. We pushed that in. And look, one leaf. So now we're going to turn to the right. We're going to take the same, the next nub.
I tore it.
Oh, it's okay. This is when you got to kind of, like I said, slowly like unleaf this, pull this leaf up, and then slowly push the knob in. I'm doing really well without ripping it, guys. Look. And there's leaf number 2. Did you ever watch The Princess Diaries? Like, Grandma, I spun without hurting anyone. That's my favorite. Okay, so there's 2 leaves. And like I said, this is practice 1. So if it's not looking anything like this, don't worry, we're practicing. But it should look like little dog ears. Look, see?
Oh, I love it.
And then you're going to take the next flap and do the same thing. I can't get too confident, you guys. This is when I start ripping things.
And I dog-eared mine initially too big, so that made it a little harder.
Whoa, that one came out good. I tenderized it enough. Look, see, I'm excited. Oh, hi, April. It's okay. Like I said, I had made a comment earlier that if you're watching it not live, just feel free to watch it over. And if you have any questions, send them to me by email. You can call me or you can just comment and I will answer them at any time. If it's after the program, I'll still be able to see the comments. So don't worry about it. And also, if you're starting to watch right now, this is just the first time I'm doing it. So I'm going to do it twice so that we can see how to do it. There's 2 chances to see how to do it. This is just the first time. So we're on the 3rd leaf right now, and we're going to go to the 4th. And this is when, oh, I thought I heard it rip. I'm like, this is when we have to practice our breathing work, remember? Whoop, I did it. See, I breathed it through. I breathed through it. There you go. And it's kind of like peeling up an onion or peeling a fly. I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to try anymore. Thank you, April. Decorative vegetable. Okay, now that we have 4 petals, this is what it looks like currently. We're going to take this first layer of petals here and just peel it up like an onion. Like a vegetable. And like I said, be careful because you can rip these too. These ones are easy to rip too. So make sure to like gently peel the onion. Just pull this tab and just pull up. Mine is like really closed. It's shy.
I'm ripping every single one of these.
No, like I said, I've ripped every single one except for this one today because I guess because I've practiced so much. Today I'm not ripping it. Look.
Perfect.
But it should, because you left the little nubs in there, these should curl in too. Like all of these are going to curl in, as you can see. Now it has 8 petals now. Okay, and then there's one last layer on the bottom here. You're going to peel those up. These are the ones that I rip all the time because they're just one layer of paper, so it's thinner. But we're just going to peel those up. It's kind of satisfying when you get them to peel well because they like curl up and peel. Can you see these? So you take from the bottom and you peel it up to the edge. And then she's done. So now I would take my tea light and then just open up my leaves. And if you don't want to use it as a tea light, you don't have to. You could use it for anything else. But that's how it would sit in it. Like that. But if that was just your practice one, you don't have to put the tea light in. Yeah, I was just showing how you can do it. But we can do it another time. I think I have time to do it another time. So I'm gonna choose yellow. So pick your paper. Remember how we started. You start on the white side. On the white side. So make sure it's nice and flat. And our first fold is folding the paper in half. Perfectly in half. Make sure the ends meet. You're going to take your little thing to make the edges super nice and thin and crisp. There you go. Then we're going to reopen it. Turn it. Fold it in half. And if you missed my speech at the beginning, origami is a skill that takes practice. So if you rip it, do not be sad. Like everybody does. It takes time and practice to be able to do this perfectly. Just make sure to like crease your edges. Just put the time and effort into it and don't get sloppy, and that's when it gets ripped. But I'm really good at trying to go too fast, and then I rip all my things. Now we're gonna fold it in half diagonally, or I don't know if that's the correct term, but make it a triangle. All right, open it back up, turn it, and do the triangle the other way. All right, and then open it back up, and you should have 8 pieces to your pie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kind of like this will be the guideline to where we fold into, so it's easier. So we're going to start by making the pointy bottom point at you, and you fold the bottom up to the middle, right to the middle. We're going to turn it and fold the next edge up to the middle. If you have any questions, please comment. Make my edges nice and crisp, I guess I could say. Now I want apple pie.
Mhm.
All Rachel thinks about is food. At least no. Crafts and food. That's why when when we can have in-person programs again, when we're making our crafts, I'm gonna have cookies. You know, at least cookies, maybe donuts, maybe some coffee, tea.
Lori will get us fizzy drinks.
Ooh yeah. So now we have 4 corners turned to the middle. So we're gonna do that again. This will be round 2 of our petals. So we're just gonna fold into the middle. This will be second fold. So as we start doing that, as we start going around, it's gonna get thicker. So this is why it's important that we're flattening it, because it's gonna be a lot of folds and they will get really thick. So that's number 2. This is number 2. This color yellow is pretty. Three. And I learned to do this off of a YouTube video that had like nobody talking, and it went really fast, and so I kept pausing it and going back, and I think dialogue is helpful for me, but maybe it's distracting. So that's number 2. So we need to do a 3rd layer. So we're gonna turn the little pointy thing towards us and fold to the middle. Oop. Well, that wasn't perfect. And turn and do the next one. Oh, and I'm marking on my thing with the pencil. This is why you should use scissors probably instead. Or a pencil that's not sharpened. Make sure it's nice, the tip, so nice and flattened. And so that will be, looks like this time I'm a little bit off on my folding, but it's okay, it should still work. That will be the 3rd layer. So now we have 1, 2, 3. So what we're gonna do now is flip it over. So now this is the side that has no fold, like it's just flat. That's where we're gonna be now. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. One time we're going to fold the bottom tip up to the middle. Oop. I make this mistake of staring at the computer screen instead of looking at what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you're teaching us a great skill. These would be great hostess gifts or something.
Yeah, I think, and they're super cute. Like, I think next time maybe we should do like cranes or something, because I always wanted to learn how to make cranes, and then I can just hang them all over my house. Just have like thousands of cranes in here.
It's a good idea for us to step up in our skill.
This might, I don't know which is harder. This might be harder than a crane. Maybe not. Okay. Oops. Watch my elbows. Yeah, I'm like a tiny bit off on my folding. As you can see, this isn't the perfect point, but it's okay. It's still gonna be good. Don't worry. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Now, we're on the same side that we were on. We're going to do the dog ears, is what we've decided to call it. We're gonna take the little tip, and we're just gonna slightly fold it over. It's gonna be folded over, not so. Let me just show you. It's gonna be folded over just slightly. It's not that big of a fold. Just the tip is going to be folded over. And then this is important to make sure that's nice and tenderized was what I was calling it. And then you'll do that to all 4 of them. All 4 of the edges are going to be folded over. Two, 3. This is my 3rd. I'm just pushing all my power into it. And 4. And now it should look like this. See the little dog ears? How's it looking?
Looks okay.
You made your dog ears a little smaller this time?
Yeah, mostly. Not quite as small.
Okay, so this part is the frustrating part. We're gonna peel up our petals. So let's start with the tip, the top one. Okay. This is when we just need to be gentle with it and gently peel it. So you can put your hand and see this is here. Just push it up and then push. You can use both your thumbs or one thumb to push the, oh, see, I'm ripping it. If you rip it, don't worry, I'm not crying. Okay. Don't push the thing all the way out. Just make sure it kind of just pushed in there. Oh, there. I ripped the edge, but as you can see, it's still doing the kind of, it's doing it. It's doing its thing still, so we're good. Okay, so then turn to the next one and put your finger under and pull up this flap. And then kind of slowly turn it inside out. But don't push that all the way through, like I said, just leave it there like that. Because that keeps the form of the flower. And same thing, pull this up. Gently peel it. Gently. You can see. And then the last one, see, we'll pull this flap. And we'll, ooh, that tear really did throw off my whole, okay. Gently turn it inside out. Come on, I kind of messed up right there a little bit. But it has 4 leaves. Now we're gonna make the second layer of petals by pulling from the bottom, just gently pulling that one up, peeling it up. Gently, because these can rip pretty easily. Pull that layer, peel the onion, like that. And do the next one, just pull up like that. And go under, peel. And now it has 8. And then the last layer, ooh, see, I'm ripping things, is harder to not rip because it's so thin. But we're gonna gently, or try to gently peel this up. I think it's because I kind of overlapped the fold a little bit there, so it's wanting to rip. Peel, and so then you can see the white on the bottom because we're peeling the last layer to make the little leaves. There you go. And it's ready for its little, open up the leaves.
I did do better the second time.
I know, like it takes, every time you do it, you get better, I think. Except I think my first one was a little bit, maybe it was better than this one, I'm not sure. But now I got 2, well, one hand. But that's what it should look like. Yeah, if you have any questions or comments or any fears about this, just let me know. I'm here and I love questions. So just shoot them to me. And yeah, it's our Lotus or Origami Lotus tea lights. I chose the Lotus because it's the I think it's the national flower of Vietnam, so it goes with our All Pueblo Reads book of the month. And lotuses are so beautiful. I made this green one and I stuck her in there, and then it kind of looks like a leaf, a pad. What are they called?
Lily pad.
Lily pad. There you go. A lily pad, not a leaf pad. I mean, that's different. But it's all up to you, your creativity. Do whatever you want. And like I said, it's easy to buy this paper online. It's pretty cheap. Just I think it's the 10 inch by 10 inch origami paper. You can get it in all colors. And yeah, thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, let me know. And our next craft will be in 2 weeks. We're going to do the netted stone necklaces. I need to practice on those because I don't think I've ever actually done it before. So we'll see if they turn out good. But I'm excited for that. And if you are, just join us. Okay. Have a great day and a great week. See you guys next time.